Besides this is obviously going to be, if you want to know what really happened, you need to watch this. This is the only place you're going to get this type of interview or
I don't really know what this is, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, Judge. I'm not guilty. I'm innocent.
We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, find the defendant Matthew L. Moore not guilty of murder as he stands charged in count 1 of the indictment.
Hello, beautiful people. How are we? Maxi Sexy, join the Alternate Corner community. Please do so. You can become a Taco Blue Wedge or just a taco. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. I think it's a taco member and a Paddington member. We got, best way to support this channel is PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee. I try and get this out of the way to start off because you don't want to hear me blab on about this stuff halfway through. Welcome everyone and thanks for joining us at the Alternate Corner. Most important thing you do to me, if you could please like this video and share it, but especially like it would help me out a lot. So thank you very much. And we got Jonathan in the chat. I'm here for this lot. I've seen it covered more than twice, but it's perfect. Well, Jonathan, you haven't seen it like covered like I cover it. So I've got everything. I've got a complaint. I've got everything like that. But the complaint is, what do you call it? The complaint is like 200 plus pages. Well, it says less, but it's more. So we're not going to go through that today. But we will go through that next week. And I'll probably break it down. Well, we might go through a little bit of it. We'll probably break it down because it's just too much for one sitting, you know. So we'll do that. So Vince McMahon, Jesus, I'm here for it. Laugh my ass every time. So those of you back in the day, do you know what I mean? Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. I was a big Ultimate Warrior fan. You know, everything's about wrestling, WWE. I got friends, cousins, everything heavily involved in it. So this is, I wouldn't say it's a massive part of my childhood, but it was, you know, an important part of my childhood. I would say that you had the rites of passage, you know, to go through all of this. Heads Up is gross, super gross. I've seen some of it. Yeah, I've seen some of it. I just try being honest and, you know, see takes as they come. So what I promise you is that I'm going to be covering this from now on. Yeah, baby, we're covering this bad boy. And I forgot about the WWE, WWF for ages and ages. Then what got me back into it, if I'm being honest with you, was Pat McAfee, going back into it when he started doing work with him again and stuff like that. And he was a big part. He went in there, wrestled. So I got intrigued again. So I watched the Pat McAfee show a lot and got interested again in it all. And obviously, Vince had been on the channel and invited Pat on to fight. Then there's a few dramas going on back and forward, and then wham bam bang, wham bang. Thank you, ma'am. What's going on? We're right here. Sexually assaulted the plaintiff. Right. Vince McMahon accused of sexual abuse, trafficking by former WWE employees. So, for those who have not heard about the case, I'll just briefly go through this article because it shows some stuff in it in the sense of what it's about. And then we'll just chat. And I'll say we might go through some of the documents, but it's like 200 pages, so I'll have to break it down. I'm not going to make this a long stream either, but it's just to introduce some people to this. If you don't know who Vince McMahon is, right, I'll share this so you can see it. Here he is. Oops. This guy. Because I know, Jonathan, I know you know who he is and stuff like that, but some people don't know who he is. So, we can go through a little bit about Vince and the McMahon family and stuff like that, just to see. But in a nutshell, he's been accused of sexual essaying, I should say, not the actual words, trafficking by former WWE employee. Now, since this was written, a lot more stuff will come out. That's why I don't really go and document too much today. I've never seen this man in my life. Never seen this man in my life. So he's been around quite a bit. He's been around quite a bit. But he's obviously, made man. He's worked himself up and stuff like that. He's in his 70s now. We'll go through it and stuff. Kimmy, like always, no, I'm not. No, I will not obey. I think he's done. I think we've done it, haven't we? Or was I? Did I watch it with Nicholas? I watched it with Nicholas. I won't be watching it again with Legal Vice. Hello, Kimmy, by the way. So we'll go into the family tree in a little bit. Let's go through what he's accused of on paper, the documents we could go through again, and stuff like that. He's way too old. Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll go through it now. McMahon and former WWE head of talent relations John Laurinaitis, wherever his name is, are alleged to have sexually essayed the plaintiff. Hello, Kimmy. Nice to see you. A new lawsuit alleges WWE founder Vince McMahon essayed a former employee during his time as CEO. Janelle Grant filed a lawsuit on Thursday against the former employer WWE, McMahon, and former head of talent relations John Laurinaitis. Hey Jim, Jonathan's here. He meant Kimber, sorry. Grant accused McMahon of using WWE resources to traffic her for other men. What the friggin' Nora? So she's accusing McMahon and Grant, the name is, all these people of trafficking her to other men as a pawn to secure talent deals. Uh-oh, you're in trouble. Benny, this is true. You're up the bubble. Yeah, no. The plaintiff seeks unspecified monetary damages and a declaratory judgment that a non-disclosure agreement Grant signed is void and unenforceable and does not bar any of plaintiff's claims against defendants. Wow, she's going for it. Not only does she want a big settlement, she also wants it out in public. Ooh. So she wants a non-disclosure agreement Grant signed is void and unenforceable and does not bar any of plaintiff's claims. The suit alleges McMahon and Laurinaitis engaged in sexual essaying and trafficking both for their own pleasures as a pawn to secure talent with prospective wrestlers they were recruited. McMahon would shower Ms. Grant with gifts and empty work promotions, while at the same time threatening her livelihood and her reputation if she wouldn't succumb to his increasingly depraved sexual demands, including disseminating, what the friggin' Nora, of Miss Grant to thousands of individuals engaging in sex acts with other WWE employees, some of whom were complete strangers, a legal complaint claims. This, guys, this is huge. This is bigger than Depp and Heard. This is bigger than Depp and Heard. So this is why she doesn't want a non-disclosure. She wants it all out in the open from what I read here. It is midnight here, so I might be reading this wrong. But from what I can gather here, the plaintiff seeks unspecified monetary damage and a declaratory judgment that a non-disclosure agreement Grant signed is and declaration judgment that non-disclosure agreement Grant signed is void. Right. So she basically signed a non-disclosure form agreement with the WWE before this happened. So she's obviously can't say too much because of that. So she wants that void, and that they could not enforce that on her, and does not bar any of the plaintiff's claims against defendants McMahon. So they probably think that they're safe because there's a non-disclosure stuff in place. So it'll be interesting how that plays out if there's non-disclosure document in place, because she's obviously now gone past that and technically broken that. But I mean, broken it. I mean, if these guys have done what they've been accused of doing, then quite scary. So we'll see. I'm ignoring chat, by the way, because some of you are way ahead, and you've got to remember I'm doing this for people that are watching this for the first time, or I'm reading this for the first time. So until I see these things, I'm not gonna read about it. I'm not gonna read your statements out. So don't take offense to it. It's just the fact of I want to see it. We're gonna read everything in the document anyway. So Grant McMahon allegedly lived in the same apartment building and met in March 2019. Grant allegedly given an entry-level position as an administrative coordinator after succumbing to the pressure for a physical relationship. Ooh, so pressurized into that. The lawsuit details multiple allegations of sexual assault and extreme depravity conducted by McMahon and Laurinaitis. Grant allegedly was abruptly pressured to resign from the WWE and forced to give an NDA days before a major financial deadline for the organization. After McMahon's wife learned of the relationship, McMahon allegedly promised to protect her financially and reputation and pay us $3 million. McMahon also allegedly refused to make payments to Ms. Grant, falsely claimed that she had leaked information to the press. The lawsuit states that McMahon paid Grant $1 million in February, but he failed to make any further payments. So that'll be null and void. Then you haven't held up your end of the bargain. So no wonder she's going after him. Today's complaint seeks to hold accountable two WWE executives who essayed and trafficked. So that's just trafficked her. They try to sweep it under the rug. She's incredibly private. Grant's an incredibly private person, a courageous person who has suffered deeply at the hands of Mr. McMahon and Mr. Laurinaitis. Ms. Grant hopes that her lawsuit will prevent other women from being victimized. The organization is well aware of Mr. McMahon's history of depraved behavior, and it's time that they take responsibility for the misconduct of his leadership. McMahon stepped down as WWE CEO in July 2020 while the company investigated allegations of hush money payments who accused McMahon of sexual misconduct. WWE disclosed that McMahon made $19.6 million in payments dating back to 2007 relating to alleged misconduct. McMahon paid WWE $17.4 million in March 2023 for costs the company incurred while investigating him. Jesus. So a spokesperson for McMahon released a statement on the lawsuit on Thursday night. The lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred, and a vindictive distortion of the truth. He will vigorously defend himself. Dude is worth a lot of money, yes. Oh, Jonathan. Chooch. Are we doing chooch? First time in the chat, I believe. Nice to see you, my man. Around $2 billion. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. I'll have a look now and see what I can find. It would not surprise me, though. But, hey, man, welcome, buddy. Hello. Max's taxi is a badass motorcycle engine swapped Honda. Hello, Chooch. Maxi, I must show you my Honda mower log. You're going to think it's a cool after. The people with dyslexia read Discourse. What up, man? What up? Nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Mower type, I'm down. Right. Let's have a look here now, see what else. There's probably a lot more stuff here. Right, so that's the thing. It's come out, and this is why I did this now. So I want to share this, right? Because this came out, I've just seen it now. So it came out about 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago. One of our favorites, or people's favorites, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar will not face Dominic Mysterio at Elimination Chamber after the former UFC champion is reportedly removed from the WWE's creative plans following his link to the sex trafficking lawsuit against Vince McMahon. So this just goes deeper. So he's like, come here, Brock. He's been dragged in. So Brock Lesnar was named in allegations against WWE founder Vince McMahon. Lesnar bouts with, that's fine. The former UFC champion did not appear at the latest. So WWE Royal Rumble was last on the weekend. It's woo. So I have heard the names. So I'm just going by what this article says, and this is the Mail Online. So Brock Lesnar, who is a huge name. Well, the Hearts, Undertaker, Stone Cold, are they in as well, Mexi, or is that just your favourites? Brock Lesnar has reportedly been removed from the WWE creative plan going forward after he was linked to the sex trafficking lawsuit against founder Vince McMahon. Lesnar has already had his return to the Royal Rumble last weekend axed and has also been removed from the WWE video game. The former UFC heavyweight champion has been absent from WWE programming since August, when he was defeated by Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. He was eliminated. He was set to face Dominic Mysterio, the son of legendary wrestler Rey Mysterio, at the Elimination Chamber. However, they're unlikely to happen following Lesnar's removal from the company creative plans due to involvement in the. Oh my God! How deep does this go? How deep does this go, guys? Brock Lesnar has been removed from WWE's creative plans. Brock Lesnar's creative direction was to see him. You see? Wrestling Reporters he said that. Post read, Brock Lesnar has been removed from WWE's creative plan. There were discussions of having Brock Lesnar with this in WrestleMania. The issues came after former WWE employee. Yeah, so she's been called out there, fine. So this is her then, I presume. He's 78. So this is Grant, the one that's been. She's the one that's put everything forward against McMahon. Yeah, she is. So Triple H is married to, she is to Stephanie. So he is married to Stephanie McMahon. So basically, Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince were running stuff. So Tara Patrick, Carmen Electra in high school. Ooh. Glad he got to her early. Mexi. Sorry, that was crude. So this is Grant. I mean, hey, not to be crude myself. I said, very pretty girl, very pretty woman. But Jesus, what if any of this is true that's happened to her? Bloody hell. Yeah, I agree, Jonathan. But I mean, calling the suit, McMahon said to be arranged a meeting between Grant and the unnamed wrestler with a sexual encounter between the pair has been not taking place as the wrestler was escorted back to their plane intoxicated. So he had given Grant's phone number to the wrestler, who then requested that she sent him a video of herself urinating. The suit claims that after she did, he called her a bitch. So what the? So he was supposed to. This unnamed wrestler was supposed to meet with her for sex. He was too intoxicated, so got taken back to the plane. So then insisted that she take a video of herself urinating, which she did, and sent to him. Wow. Wow. This is sick. She's telling all because he only gave it. Yeah, that we covered that in a sense. That's why she broke the NDA essentially, because if he'd have paid her $3 million, he probably would have just shut up, like, you know. Hey, Carleen, nice to see you, my lovely. No, we're just going through it. To be honest with you, Carleen, I'm going to be breaking this down over several days. It's just too much, to be honest with you. So we're just going in and go through some of the press. So basically, 5 hours ago, what's his name again? Brock Lesnar got pulled out. He's no longer fighting. So that's what drew my attention to it all. But the backstory is that this woman here, Janelle Grant, is suing Vince McMahon, another exec, talent exec, and I presume might be others. She signed an NDA agreement, but within that NDA agreement, that it was insistent that Vince McMahon would pay $3 million, but he only paid her $1 million. She wants a hefty sum of money, and basically to get rid of the NDA because ultimately it's still in place. She signed it, so it's still in place. But I would argue that the NDA was not fulfilled because they did not. The WWE through Vince McMahon did not fulfill their side of the bargain. So I think that that's fair game. And now we find out that you basically have to sleep with a lot of people, not only with Vince McMahon and all them, but with a lot of people. The first one we hear about now is calling the suit. McMahon is said to arrange a meeting between Grant and an unnamed wrestler. So yeah, because he's too intoxicated, she had to send a picture of herself urinating, and then after she did, he called her a bitch. And so, so allegedly, let's put this here, allegedly, according to the reporter of Wall Street Journal, identified Lesnar as a wrestler in question. So the unanimous wrestler was Lesnar. But caveat, we all know by now, do not believe everything you read in the press. So let's put a caveat there. Until we know for definite Lesnar, it's still an unnamed wrestler. But allegedly it was Lesnar. Recently, McMahon was named as executive chairman of the company, TKO, following the merger between WWE and the UFC. Oh, wow. However, on Friday, McMahon resigned from his position in TKO before releasing a statement describing his attempt to vigorously defend himself against the accusations. So, what's been read in here is wowzy. We'll go through some stuff again. I just want to go through this here now. Hang on. I've got another article here. Vince McMahon's co-defendant John Laurinaitis says he's also a victim of X. So he's been sued with Vince McMahon, but now he's coming back to say he's also a victim. So Vince McMahon's co-defendant in the bombshell civil sex trafficking lawsuit is now claiming he is also a victim of McMahon's actions in a stunning turn against the ex-WWE honcho. So John, WWE's former head of talent relations and a fellow defendant in the lawsuit filed by ex-WWE employee Janelle Grant, was allegedly recruited by McMahon to have sex with Grant. Mr. Laurinaitis denies the allegations in the misguided complaint and will be vigorously defending these charges in court, not the media. Like the plaintiff, Mr. Laurinaitis is a victim in this case, not a predator. Grant claims McMahon, who's since stepped down from his executive chairman role, trafficked her to other WWE executives, essayed her with toys he named after wrestling stars, and even defeated on her. Basically shot on her during a threesome. Man. This is not good. This is not good, is it? She allegedly visits Laurinaitis, the stepfather of... Wow, okay, so he's the stepfather of former WWE stars Nikki and Brie Garcia, the Bella twins, in hotel rooms for sex before work days at McMahon's command. Why is McMahon demanding all this? Like, I'll just refer to his talent relations department. According to the suit filed in Connecticut, Laurinaitis and McMahon forced themselves on Grant and took turns restraining her in a June 2021 incident at WWE headquarters. What the fuck? Grant 43? There's no way she's 43. That's 43. Fucking hell. They told her during the alleged assault that no means yes. No means yes and take it, bitch, among other things that court documents state. Denied. I stand by my prior statements, he says. Jesus. A WWE probe found McMahon paid $14.6 million to several women who accused him of sexual misconduct. Grant hopes those in the company past and present who fear speaking out. She wishes them all peace. So this is disgusting. I mean, look, obviously, this is hard. We obviously have learned that, we take everything with a pinch of salt. Because, Vince McMahon, he's got the right to defend himself. We've heard a story. If any of this is true, then man. And this statement, I am sorry, but this statement, if you can see it, no means yes, and take it, bitch. Wow. You can't even make that stuff up, do we? That's... I've never heard such a saying. So McMahon paid this guy, his exec, to team up with him, to sleep with her, to attack her, to have sex with her, tell her that no means yes, take it, bitch, and also, without being crude here, but also defected, shot on her. I'm not sure if both of them shot on her, but one of them did. How fucking disgusting. Allegedly, one of them did. I gotta keep saying allegedly. Jesus Christ. This is crazy. This is bananas. This is banana land. So Brock Lesnar's allegedly involved. The co-defendant now is saying that he's not involved. If Paul knew all about this, which he needs to be held by pure speculation, but with what informed would be given, it doesn't seem far-fetched. Are you talking about which Paul? Are you talking about Paul brothers, you mean? Or is another Paul in here? Sexy Jarry. Look, we've got to remember, this is pure speculation, as in the sense of, Triple H, sorry. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Sorry, bud. Triple H, yeah, I'm with you. I didn't get. So I was saying, you see, Jarry, that I Triple H was I love Ultimate Warrior is my guy, and on all that. Obviously, I knew Triple H was coming in the Rock and stuff. I wasn't big on that era then. I've only got back into WWE since Pat McAfee started getting involved. I was a big Pat McAfee fan. I still am. So yeah. So I knew he was married to Stephanie and stuff. I didn't remember his first name. Now you're confusing me, Mexi Texi. Triple H. So Triple H is married to Stephanie McMahon, and this is also Triple H last year had a heart failure, had some sort of cardiac issue, so had to have an operation, and I believe he died off the top of my head, and had to have an operation to put something in there to keep him going. So, I mean, look, we can speculate as much as we want. Did he know? Did he not know? It'd be hard for him not to know, wouldn't it? Hard for him not to know if this is any of this is true. I'm all about innocent until proven guilty, but man, the writing on the wall, you don't draft a 67-page document with pages and pages of text messages. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you, and I got the document here. It's just I'm looking at it going, oh my god, how do we even go through this? How do we even go through all this? There's so much info in here. I'm gonna have to go through this, guys, but I can't do it all today because I think in total there's like 200 odd pages. I could start, but there's no way I can go through all this. But I want to go the gist of it. This is scary, man. This, if I'm being honest with you, I didn't follow Johnny Depp and Heard and stuff. But this is bigger. I don't care what I was. This is huge. This is bigger, much bigger because of what has been accused here. It was cringe to read and hard to read. I read most of it, didn't finish it, couldn't do it. I mean, I just read a statement they said about like no means yes and stuff. It's like evil behavior. Wow. So now we're hearing that Brock Lesnar's involved potentially. There we are. No means yes, and take it, bitch. And sending videos of herself urinating and stuff. Right. Let's have a look. Pure evil behavior. Let's have a look here. I'm not promising I'm going to go through all this, guys, because it's quite late for me in the UK. But I will start going through that. But what I do promise you is I will be going through this on a more regular basis now. Let's see if I can make this bigger. That's what she said. Oh, right. Oh, that's not very appropriate here. Well, I just seen that. Wait till you get the part about squatting over on a desk and shitting on her hair and making her stay while he goes showers and John is finished banging her. We just read that, and he didn't say that Vince did it, but we presume that he did. Man, let's try to get this. Oops, let me exit this. So that I can get it. Zoom in a little bit on this. Wow. Let me just check one thing before I go forward with some of this. Okay. Just to see what's covered here. But if there's anything else I need to do before I go into this one. Don't think so. Right. So this is it. This is a document file. United States District Court for the District of Connecticut. So General Grant's a plaintiff and obviously WWE, inclusive, and also the Vincent McMahon and John Laurinaitis. I can't say his name properly, so if you don't like it, fuck off. I can't always do stuff pronounce properly. Okay, you won't let me. That's great. But if I just do that, then that's the best I can get. Sorry, guys. Plaintiff Janelle Grant, by and thought through her undersigned counsel, hereby files his complaint against. So we know this. Plaintiff Janelle Grant is former employee of WWE who was a victim of physical and emotional abuse, sexual assault, and trafficking at WWE. Ms. Grant is filing the lawsuit not just to address her own suffering, but also to act for those who are afraid to speak out. WWE's billionaire, founder, and executive chairman, defendant Vincent K. McMahon lived in the penthouse duplex in Ms. Grant's apartment building. So lived in the same building. So that's where that's come from. That's how they knew each other, or met each other, I shall say. The two met in March 2019 when Ms. Grant was dealing with profound grief and struggling financially after devoting years to around-the-clock caregiving. Her parents passed away. On top of that, she was unemployed and her family home was lost to her parents' bankruptcy. Man. First of all, put that to one side. That's fucking horrible. You're a caregiver, your parents have just died, you've got no money. Like, you know, her parents have gone bankrupt, lost a house. She's got nothing. She's got nothing in the world. Do you know what I mean? But according to this, anyway. So it's laid the foundation already. You know why she would have done what she's done. She's on her ass, basically. She's desperate. And I'm speaking about all this. I'm speaking about speculation now. I'm not accusing McMahon. I'm just looking at it from her point of view. You know, if this is true, then why did she do what she did? Because it's so demeaning. But hey, what the fuck? If you are on your ass, skint, no money, no, like, you're about to get chucked out, probably you'll be flat. What have you got to lose? You got this big exec and Vince McMahon coming to you and going, hey, I can get you a job, a low entry level job, and you know, some of it involves looking to pay you a lot of money just to sleep with some people. Is that tempting for people? And I don't give a shit who you are. If you think that you would not even consider it for a second, then bollocks. If you just want to lose your house, you've lost everything, the next option is to live on the streets. I'm stretching there. I don't know what the situation was, but by the sounds of this, she was in a very dire situation. She's probably at the lowest of her low. And I think that possibly Vince found out about this and took advantage of her. And if he did that, you fucking piece of shit. After her family passed away, Miss Grant dedicates herself to finding gainful employment. Neighbours in her building provided career advice and sought her assistance with personal events. Ms. Grant used their non-paying roles and volunteer work in the community initiatives to build a resume. So she wasn't getting paid for any of this stuff either, as in the job she was doing in the buildings. The building's resident manager wanted to help. She messaged McMahon to ask whether he would talk to her, sharing that Miss Grant had been through hardship and would do great things if given a fresh start. McMahon enthusiastically responded, "Hell yes." McMahon befriended Miss Grant, giving her hopes of a new life with promises of a yet-to-be-determined role at WWE and showering her with attention and assurances, along with gifts like a VIP experience at WrestleMania. But what seemed like a dream in spring of 2019 quickly became a nightmare. As McMahon dangled career-making and life-changing promises in front of Miss Grant, he demonstrated an increasing lack of boundaries. During several meetings that were ostensibly about a potential job at WWE, he greeted her in his underwear, touched her, repeatedly asked for hugs, and spent hours sharing intimate details about his personal life. McMahon warned Ms. Grant to keep their closeness secret, lest rumours lead to public trouble. And added that while he protects loyal people, he had world-class legal resources on speed dial to deal with people who became a problem. So basically, shut up, put up, otherwise you're in trouble. And if you shut up and put up, then you'll be well looked after. And if you want to go down the other route, bring it on. Because I can outsmart you, I can outpay lawyers for you, I can do all sorts of stuff. Oh my God, this woman must be trapped. Now, I'm reading this document with the thought that it's all true. Do you know what I mean? Because she's put it in. With the thought as well is that Vince McMahon does have a right to reply, and so does all the defendants as well. But, I think it'd be injustice for me not to read it as that, this is what's been put in. So even though I'm a big advocate of there's two sides to every story, and that, it's innocent unless proven guilty, I think we just take this as face value that, it is true. And when more things come out, we can discuss that as it comes along. But for now, also, Mexi, I need to get a special intro for this one, because I think I could be doing a lot more of this stuff. So I might need to have a special WWE intro, which might be quite cool as well. All right, I need to go further in. Oh no! Don't joke at these times. Whatever you do, shut up. Move on, because I can't read the frigging thing. It's too small. Oh no. For sure. Always three sides to the story. Okay, here's hers and mine. Saying that would get copyrighted. Saying, yeah, well, yes. This is bad though. I'm interested to know what Vince has to say. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this is totally bad. I mean, you can't think that this woman's going to be bringing this up with nothing true in it. Nothing true in it. Right, hang on. You can't even see the page. At least I can see a little bit of it. Hang on. I'll be a hero. I will extend it and have to do it every time. Because I'm a hero. I'll extend it like a way. Right. So Ms. Grant feared that she had everything to lose and faced negative consequences. So basically, she's right. She everything to lose. Everything to lose in this situation. Nothing to win. Nothing to gain. And that's what I mean. She's got nothing to really gain here except the fact the only thing that we can say is that she was owed $3 million, and he only paid her $1 million. So there is that element of it. The only thing they can say that she could have vendetta because of that. How likely is that? We don't know. Right. After succumbing to the pressure for physical relationships, Mrs. Grant was slotted into an entry-level position as an administrative coordinator, a position McMahon created for her in the WWE legal department. Ms. Grant began working that role on June the 17th, 2019. Ms. Grant remained in that role with the exception of temporary relocation to XFL, because he took over the XFL, until McMahon verbally directed her to transfer to the talent relationship department, reporting to defendant John Laurinaitis on March 9th, 2021. During a conversation the same day, McMahon explained that her presence in the legal department was effectively delaying efforts to hire a new general counsel for the company. So why he's blaming her for that? McMahon and I hate this Laurinaitis because I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's like Laurinaitis, informed Ms. Grant that she would be promoted to Vice President of Operations in the Talent Relations Department, providing her with an organizational chart reflecting this decision. So, okay, that's the decision. So she was promised to go from an administrative coordinator to the VP, Vice President of Operations in the Talent Relations Department. What a jump that is. Do you know what I mean? That would be a massive career jump for anybody. Shortly, okay, my man was informed the crowd that she'd right, okay, done that. Shortly thereafter, they informed her that they needed to begin at a lower level as a director, but promised a promotion to vice president after a 12-month period. I mean, that's probably to make it look legit. Despite Mr. Grant's expression of unhappiness and attempts to end the sexual producers and a world famous unhappy to become so Mr. Grant's expression of unhappiness is 14 and attempts to end the sexual relationship, and while she came to understand that McMahon expected the physical relationship to continue as part of her employment, she had no idea how sordid it would become, nor how psychological torture and physical violence would leave her feeling helpless, isolated, and trapped. In March 2020, so Rona year, McMahon started sharing sexually explicit photographs and videos of Ms. Grant, including pornographic content he recorded with other men both inside and outside the company, including with members of the television production tech team executives, producers, and a world-famous athlete and former UFC. So there we are. They say that a world-famous athlete and former WFC heavyweight champion with whom WWE was basically trying to sign to a new contract and ultimately did sign the contract. That's Brock Lesnar, is it saying? It's pretty much outlined there who it is. There's not many UFC champions who had been in the WWE beforehand. It's hard because what the hell is Vince going to say about all this? Especially now that Laurinaitis has come out after him as well and said, I wasn't involved. This is all Vince. So you got to think this is mostly, if not all, true. If he has certainly shared all these videos with execs and stuff, then obviously they're culpable. But they would all have this. I just can't see that he would have that full control over them. That every single one of them would deny it. So it's bound to come out. Bound to. But we know how deep corruption goes in some places, but I just can't see it. I mean, there's just too many people involved in this to not make it true. And I hate saying that because obviously burden of proof is not essentially they have to prove all this, but they've just named a shit ton of people there that would have seen. Why would they name all these execs? Not name them personally, but said that all these execs and stuff have seen the videos unless they had proof of that. Why would they put that in there? Oh, Vince is in trouble. Given McMahon's omnipotent position at WWE, coercion was inherent in his increasingly depraved sexual demands. Specifically, while McMahon was CEO of WWE and Ms. Grant was employed as an entry-level coordinator in the legal department, McMahon recruited individuals to have sexual relations with Ms. Grant or with the two of them. So not just with her, but with him and threesomes, directed Ms. Grant to visit defendant Laurinaitis is prior to the start of the workdays for sexual encounters, and inspected and directed Ms. Grant to engage in sexual activity at the WWE headquarters even during working hours. Jesus. But he always played that character on TV, just the bad guy, but he's still a weirdo. Yeah, I mean, he did, yeah. And hey, by the sounds of it, Mexi might not even be a character. Might not even be a character. This might be the actual Vince McMahon that we're seeing right now. Hang on. I'll go through some of this now. So number 17 says, at this time, McMahon ordered, let me zoom into it, you guys can't see it. Ordered Ms. Grant to keep the relationship secret unless otherwise instructed, including lying to maintain whatever cover stories he fabricated. McMahon's assurances that Ms. Grant was safe and independent rang hollow in light of his efforts to isolate her from friends and attempts to chip away at her identity until he was replaced with his desired role for her as his bitch, his fantasy, and or his porn star, while occasionally intermixing softer descriptors like girlfriend and baby, even love when convenient. He exercised complete ownership and control over both the personal and professional life. McMahon also subjected Miss Grant to acts of extreme cruelty and degradation that caused Miss Grant to disassociate and or become numb to reality in order to survive horrific encounters. You can just believe it. You know, you can just believe it. You know, she's dead to the world now. Do you know what I mean? Lost all your family. You're about to lose your home. You got no job. You got nothing. This guy gives you a second, life. You feel like you owe him something, and he just takes total advantage of it. Treats you like shit. Literally like shit. Man, and when people think like this isn't easy, people can fall into this trap because of various conditions. So it's not like easy enough for people to say, "Oh, snap out of it, love." Get out of it, get out of there. Better. I mean, he has a massive hold on it. Like he said, like all these pictures and videos of you, I'm just going to release them all. If you don't do exactly what I say, or if you do go public, like my attorneys will quash you. So McMahon assurances. Okay, McMahon also subjected Miss Grant to acts of extreme cruelty and degradation that caused Mrs. Grant to disassociate and become numb to reality in order to survive the horrific encounters. As one example of McMahon's extreme depravity, on May 9th, 2020, he defecated on Mrs. Grant during a threesome and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his friend with feces in her hair and running down her back, while McMahon went to the bathroom to this is fucking sick. To shower her off. Upon his return from the bathroom, McMahon and his friend actively resumed the threesome, which lasted over an hour and a half, while Miss Grant remained covered in McMahon's filth. When McMahon's friend left, McMahon ordered her to stay and to continue to sexually gratify him. Yeah, no, good question. But even if he did, I don't think he excuses anything. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, possibly. It's just, but same what Jonathan said, it's CTE or drug fueled or whatever. You know, it's just, I don't excuse it because this wasn't a one-off thing. This was like over years that this happened. So, or allegedly happened. In June 2021, McMahon and defendant Laurinaitis sexually assaulted Ms. Grant inside Laurinaitis' office in WWE headquarters while colleagues were busy at their desks. Jesus Christ. Behind a locked door, the two men cornered her and pulled her in between them, forcibly touched her before ultimately put her on top of a table in between them. She begged them to stop, but they forced themselves on her, each taking turns restraining her to the other or saying, "No means yes, and take it, bitch." Should be a trigger warning here because this is quite hard for me to read, let alone people to listen to. It's he was an avid steroid user. He absolutely was, yes. So people know, bit of a trigger warning, some of these stuff. But she begged them to stop, but they forced themselves on her, each taking turns restraining her for the other while saying no means yes and take it, bitch. I mean, what's sad about this is I didn't see what he did there. Sorry, I'm engrossed in this. That's why. She's in a place of work. There's people outside that room. Did they not hear? Like, I don't know. She just said she went into his office. Could they not hear? Maybe they couldn't. I'm not trying to put blame on other people, but were people not aware of it? She probably didn't feel safe anywhere. Not at work, not at home. Did she have a home anymore? What absolute shit jobs these people are. You get a bit of money and it's like, I'm glad I'm reading this now because this is fucking sick, man. Unsurprisingly, Erin Hack is in the house. You read this shit, son. I'm reading the whole document, Erin. The shit is horrible, but did you hear what they said to him? Did you hear what the other said to him? No means yes, and take it, bitch. Yeah, Carly, now. Others at WWE knew what was going on, but instead of interfering to protect Ms. Grant, WWE actively sought to conceal the wrongdoing. It's Well, more's come out. Eric. They've named people now. Do you know what I mean? Brock Lesnar and all that. It's like it's all coming out now. Do you know what I mean? You're fitting people now into this. It's unbelievable. I'm so sick about Brock Lesnar. If it's true that it's him, but according to this document, it is him. So. So 22 is right because they're in the office and, people would have heard it. You'd think, anyway. Jesus Christ. In January 2022, McMahon told Ms. Grant that his wife had found out about their relationship, reportedly to avoid divorce, negative publicity, and other repercussions. McMahon said that Ms. Grant's time at WWE was an end, that he wanted her to sign an NDA to ensure silence on, among other things, his personal misconduct. So this is where he made a massive mistake, though. If we're going to get this. In the days, so to show silence, yeah, fine. In the days ahead, McMahon put Ms. Grant under immense pressure to sign, saying that refusing would not only jeopardize McMahon, his family, and the company, but that she'd surely become a public headline, suffer reputational ruin, including from the pornographic contents. Cowardly. Conversely, McMahon reassured her that her signature would ensure his continued support and protection and safeguard her reputation. Ultimately, Ms. Grant succumbed to the pressure and signed the NDA in exchange for payment, which McMahon later stopped making. Big mistake. Big mistake. But that's probably his one big regret now that he stopped paying it. Even after pushing Ms. Grant out the company and muzzling her with NDA, McMahon continued efforts to exploit her, including attempting to traffic her to a WWE star who would be in New York City for a live event on TV taping in March 2022. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So still going understandably, defendants' predatory conduct has left Ms. Grant crippled, both physically and mentally. Jesus, I can imagine, including from debilitating symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder and suicidal intentions. This poor girl, man. These symptoms led to the termination from a subsequent job, ruining her running her building's operations due to her inability to leave her home a week at a time. Man, fucking hell. I can understand that. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. I can imagine every day waking up want to commit suicide. That's the threat of having that over your head that he could release stuff about you to the press. He can do so much damage to you. This poor woman, I fucking feel so sorry for her. Generally do. I so sympathise with her, and I can imagine. I've been not been nowhere near this level, but I've been there days on end, not wanting to leave the house and stuff. So I can only imagine what this woman went through to think like this. So you not only have you lost your world, your parents, their house, their everything, you start from scratch, you got nothing. You then get a second opportunity thinking, ah, good, thank you, I made it. You work hard, you do everything, and then you get exploited. Then you get exploited some more. I mean, I feel so sorry for her. Despite McMahon's promise of reputational protection, WWE appears to have leaked information that led to the public disclosure of her name by a media blogger who cited a source in WWE who, with direct knowledge of the situation, which upon information and belief was an overt intimidation tactic aimed at Miss Grant. Of course it was. WWE has also attempted to sweep the matter under the rug following media reports. Following media reports that McMahon was involved in a hush money payment scandal, WWE released a statement in June 2022 to announce that a special committee of its board of directors was investigating the alleged misconduct and appointing Stephanie McMahon as interim CEO and interim chairwoman. I remember that. Jonathan Bernardi. Now, this is not the proper Bernardi. This is not Jonathan Bernardi. We from John. You're not John, actual John Bernardi, are you? Vince was abused as a child by his stepdad. He might have taken that into adulthood and become an abuser. Maybe John. Maybe. You know. But this is just horrible. Horrible to listen to. WWE also attempted his rise to sweep that. I remember that bit. I remember Stephanie taking over, and they never came out to the time to say what it was about, really. In the capacity, Miss McMahon publicly affirmed her commitment to doing everything in her power to help the special committee complete its work and to implement its findings. She also declared the importance of a safe and collaborative workplace. Now, during this period as well, looking back now, there's a board member that I was aware of called Erica Nardini. She was, or still is, but about to leave. She's chief exec of Barstool Sports. And it's quite abrupt that she just left. But it was during this period she left. So there could possibly be stuff coming out that would be really swiped under the rug. In his capacity, Ms. McMahon publicly affirmed a commitment to doing everything right. Friggin' Nora, I need to make it go. In November 2022, WWE can't read that. It's too friggin' small. Touted the conclusion of the special committee investigation into the misconduct. Yet the special committee never even bothered to interview Ms. Grant and request any documents, despite Ms. Grant sitting in that she would stating that she would cooperate. In SEC filings, the company tried to divert attention away from the McMahon's abuse of women by focusing on the technical issues of how hush money was accounted for. In the words of the company, the issue was immaterial accounting errors. Through all this agreed to period of time, through all this trauma, Miss Grant has endured profound suffering and silence, feeling of exploitation, loss of security, and the fear of facing the wrath of WWE and McMahon's army of attorneys if she were to come forward and bring to light the egregious acts detailed herein. That time has passed, and Ms. Grant seeks to hold defendants accountable for their reprehensible and unlawful acts for her own sake and for others. Ms. Grant seeks a declaratory judgment that her NDA is invalid under federal and state law and asserts claims other laws indicted in the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. So parties. Plaintiff Janelle Grant, Connecticut citizen, is a former employee of WWE, having worked from June 2019 through to March 2022. Defendant Vincent McMahon. Defendant is the WWE themselves. No worries, catch you later, my darling. And basically, everybody know John Laurinaitis, non-party office employees at WWE, at all time relevant WWE corporate office number 2 as a high-ranking employee at WWE, made hiring decisions, conduct. So they don't name anybody here, but in that thing. But jurisdiction and venue, this court had jurisdiction over the action pertinent to 28, wherever that is. Ms. Grant claims that under the Trafficking Victims Protection Act and a case of action for declaratory relief under the Speak Out Act. So basically, she's just saying that it shouldn't stand because of all this. Factual allegations. I'm going to go through these again, guys, with better plotted out stuff, but I'm just running through it very quickly. Bernardi's from Wales. Jonathan Bernardi's from Wales. If it's the same John I'm thinking of. This court, and because he loves WWE as well, this court has jurisdiction over the actions, right? Fine. Factual allegations. Freaking no, why does it have to go so slow, so down all the time? Miss Grant's history with McMahon. Miss Grant's introduction to McMahon turns into a 2-hour meeting between a practical entry-level employer and a billionaire CEO. Prior to having any involvement with WWE, Miss Grant dealing with professional grief following the loss of her parents when she cared for a full-time soul carer. I do, fella. I've not seen you for a while, John. Hope you're well, my friend. Yeah, it's probably been years now, John, since I last saw you. See you on Facebook, obviously, with the old pumping. Oh, pump it up. You better pump it up. You're going for it, son. But yeah, hope you're well, man. Hope you're still in Cardiff, I think. So I hope that's going well as well. Yeah, John, I agree. It'll be massive. It is. Do you know what? I haven't seen Butch for ages either. Do you know what I mean? Butch is just down the road from me. I've not seen him, John. Do you know what I mean? I've not seen any of it. I see Diamond a couple of times. Di's been delivering some stuff, so I've seen him a couple of times. But that's it. I've not seen Poppy. Not seen anybody since the Rona. But yeah. Strange old time, isn't it? Strange that you're even here. Do you know what I mean? Let's look at this then. No, I don't want that. I'm trying to get this screen bigger, but I just can't seem to fucking Let's see if that works then. Let's go with that. After her family passed away, Miss Grant dedicated herself to finding gainful employment during this time. Miss Grant often ran, so basically just covering, all that. We've been through this, but we can go through it again. You for Vince, loving your long forms. Happy days, mate. Lurk away. There's a few people from locally who's lurking, mate. Lots of people actually. There's quite a few people that told me that they're lurkers, like Johnny Orr. There's a few other people, Karen Edwards and all them. They lurk. Carol used to be in the chat a lot, but he's got a new job now. He can't do it, but it's all good, bud. Lurk away, man. Always nice to see you, bud. Miss Grant's closest friends in the building was the resident manager. Individual is referred to as resident manager, similar in personality. So some of this we've seen. So McMahon respond. So yeah, we've seen that ahead of the meeting. We haven't seen this. Resident manager advised Miss Grant to be energetic, as McMahon is a big on energy, and talk to McMahon no different as she talks to the resident manager. Okay. McMahon condo. So she arrived at the McMahon's condo with additional printed copies of her resume, a black notepad, and thank you cookies. It saddens me. It saddens me to think she brought him fucking cookies, man. Sitting at his dining table, McMahon looked at Miss Grant's resume and complimented both her communication skills and common sense before discussing little but their personal lives. For example, Miss Grant told McMahon about the hardship that led to the resident manager's offer to help and described losing her parents, the family's bankruptcy, and other trauma that led her to seek financial independence to ensure she would never experience losing her home again. McMahon shares stories about her bringing his traumatic. So John, this is what you were on about, Bernardi. McMahon shares stories about his upbringing, his traumatic childhood, growing up in poverty, and current family dynamics, including his separation from Linda McMahon, described as his ex and long gone. He added his marital status as an arrangement on paper for business purposes, but he lives in a quiet, isolated existence outside of WWE. The cookie show, she didn't know Vince, only protein here. No, that's true. That's true. I saw him on the Pat McAfee show. They showed him a video of him, he's built like a brick shit house. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the meeting, McMahon told Miss Grant that he didn't just want to give her a job, but give her a life, and that he would find a place for her at WWE. Can you just imagine how the relief she now felt hearing that? I'm not just going to give you a job, I'm also here to give you a life. So yeah, you got a job at WWE, I'll give you a new life. Stunned, Miss Grant said she didn't know how to thank him for possibly just changing my life. McMahon responded that one simple thank you was enough, and he'd accept a hug. He stood and embraced. McMahon then told Miss Grant that he'd get the ball rolling on next steps, but it was a busy time of the year at WWE, prepared for WrestleMania, explaining that it was WWE's Super Bowl. He then invited Miss Grant to attend as his guest, along with the resident manager, and added that he would personally select their seats to have the best possible experience. McMahon advised her that his office would reach out to her to set up a meeting with a trusted official, WWE corporate officer number 2 at WWE headquarters. After asking if her cell was the best number to reach her, McMahon shared his personal phone number with Miss Grant, walking her to his door, and again hugged her while whispering, "So good." What the fuck? That's a bit creepy. Whispering, "So good." McMahon arranges for Miss Grant to be hired by WWE while beginning to groom her for sexual exploitation. On March 31st, 2019, this day before Miss Grant was scheduled to meet with WWE corporate office number 2, McMahon unexpectedly invited Miss Grant to come back to his condo for pointers for a meeting with WWE corporate office number 2. When she arrived, McMahon gave her a huge embrace and suggested they sit on the couch. It quickly became clear that McMahon had no intention of giving her pointers for the interview except for a single direction. If the topic comes up during a meeting, Miss Grant could state they met through a mutual friend. During this meeting, Miss McMahon described the surgery he had on his knee by touching Miss Grant's leg and drawing, Jesus Christ, a line where the surgery had taken place with his finger. He stated that's similar to rehabbing an injury. Miss Grant cannot let scar tissue build up inside her from trauma, as a vulnerability is a gift. Okay, this is getting a little bit, not getting a little bit. This is like, what the fuck me moment. Like, McMahon explained that people are intimidated around him and afraid to touch him. McMahon added that he's an affectionate person who likes to hug and starves for physical affection. McMahon then led Miss Grant on tour with Condor before hugging her goodbye. Again, whispered, look, this is the thing. Then again, whispers, feels so good. Why would you say something like that? But, right, I'll push back on this, John. She let him touch her, though. Not accept the behavior, but saying no and leaving if it continues means a lot. She couldn't. I don't believe she felt she could. This guy has just given her a new life, new job, basically saved her apartment because she can continue living there. She's not even started a job. So I don't think, would anyone in that position say, stop touching me? She'd be too scared to lose her job. I would be. I'd fucking be scared shitless to lose my job. You know, I'm just thinking about how impactful that is, you know. I get what you're saying, though. You're 100% right. But you're vulnerable. You know, you need this guy. You need this job. You need everything about this. She's probably really uncomfortable. But I don't know. I don't think in that situation many people would, or if any people would say, stop touching me, get away from me, just because they got basically a job from him. Because if she says no, what if he turns around and says, oh, well, okay, we just did your job, you've not signed anything, so fuck you, see you later. On April 1st, 2019, Miss Grant met with Bang. They hardly asked any questions, saying that was figuring out where Miss Grant would be placed, and then promised to be in touch again after WrestleMania. Later that day, Miss Grant texted McMahon enthusiastically described her meeting with WWE. Okay, she also commented on a dinosaur skull as she saw McMahon's office, while prompting his response, by the way, if you're a bad girl there, T-Rex will eat you, followed by, seriously, Janelle, wherever I am in WWE, you will be credited to the organization. Ms. Grant and resident manager will provide a VIP, so on April 7th they went to WrestleMania. Probably I get that, but still it comes off that way to jury season, probably depending on you. Yeah, a little bit, but I'd hope that the jury would see that and go, poor thing. I mean, giving off Harvey once, Jonathan, Bernardi, meet Jonathan, you'll get on well with each other. Over the next several weeks, McMahon invited Miss Grant to his condo on several occasions, each time assuring her that he would find the right position for her at WWE. For each meeting with McMahon, Miss Grant brought sample job descriptions she found online to review with him and demonstrate the type of role she might fit in. McMahon listened to Miss Grant, asked her questions and pointed out qualities that he described as rare gifts, including her goodness, vivaciousness, childlike innocence, and ability to be vulnerable. All things that made her an easy target. McMahon also initiated long physical embraces with Ms. Grant, repeatedly telling her that he trusted her and that he could be himself around her and how he'd be open his home to her. Older women are not going to feel as bad as her, as younger, more modern women will be in Jamaica most anyway. But still, I don't think Vince was in the wrong. I still think, yeah, I'm not bashing him. No, I know you're bashing her. I know you're Jonathan. I know you're bashing her. But my pushback to you is on that. I just think no matter what your age is in that position, I think even if you're an older woman in that position, you can sympathise that. I'm sure that some of these women, the older women, may be in similar positions themselves, not with Vince, but in jobs where they didn't enjoy or maybe got sexually exploited and stuff like that, but continue to go because they needed the job. So I don't know. I generally don't. I think that most people would, in my opinion, would realize why she didn't say no, get away type of thing. I'm again, we're just speculating here, obviously, but I don't know. I think majority would. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm naive. During one visit at the condo, Jesus, it's going on a lot. I'm not going to carry on this all fucking night. Page 13, that is. Let's have a look what else is here before. Back to page 13. Hang on. Yeah, I'm definitely not going through this tonight. Definitely not going through this tonight. I know the text message. What I'll do is I'll start next week doing something in the afternoons or mornings for some of you. There's no way I'm going through all this. I imagine it does get gross tonight. I can't read all this tonight because Jesus Christ, I'm tired as it is. Oh, I don't need that bullshit. What? It's reading to you. Yeah, it's reading out all out for me. It's. Oh, I thought that was brilliant. Hang on, let me go back then. Because I was loving that. I was like, this is the best instant sliced bread. Let me just see audio. let's see if you can hear this then. Hang on then. Hang on. I need to figure this out because this is amazing. This woman's amazing. I can go back as well. So, let's see if this one. Two options to listen to here. So, hang on. Did that work? Did that work? You say no to me or the kale, Maxi. Fuck's sakes. Okay, hang on then. There's one more thing I can try. Oh, this was fantastic as well. I thought I found it. I thought I'd found this. I thought, I am so clever. Um, right, try this. If not, then why can't you hear it though? I don't get it. Fuck. I don't get it. Done this myself. I don't get it though. Why won't it let you? Anyway, right. 71. 2 days later, Miss Grant was contacted about further meetings at WWE. A week later, she met the two high-ranking human resource employees referred to her as here as HR employee number 1 and HR employee number 2, respectively. Both human resources number 1 and number 2 provided Miss Grant with their impressions about company culture at WWE and confirmed that the ball was in their court to figure out where she would best fit in WWE. Cheers, but hey, Bernardi, nice to see you, buddy. Come back anytime. I'll be doing a lot more of these anyway. Even if you can't watch them live, there'll be videos of them, sir. But hey, brother, nice to see you, man. So keep in touch, buddy. On May 5th, 2019, Miss Grant visited McMahon's condo again, and the topic of bucket list came up, during which Miss Grant expressed that she always dreamed of attending the Belmont Stakes. McMahon responded that he would personally acquire 2 tickets for her, which Miss Grant said she could not accept. McMahon then stood up from his chair and knelt in front of the chair where Miss Grant was seated, blocking her from standing. He leaned close to Miss Grant and told her to kiss him. Miss Grant paused and gave McMahon a kiss on the cheek, which McMahon sighed. That's not what I meant. Oh, my days. My days. After McMahon walked off to his bedroom, he said said that he wanted Miss Grant. She swiftly rejected his advances and tried to reason with him that he's putting her in a bad position. Miss Grant pled with McMahon to stop and think about what he was doing. McMahon then begged repeatedly simply to hold Ms. Grant. Clipped. I don't know what I just said there, but fuck. Out of fear for employment and his earlier implied threats, out of fear for employment and his earlier implied threats by his legal team dealing with problems, Ms. Grant laid down in bed next to McMahon and kept her hands clasped and ankles crossed as she acquiesced in saying that he could only hold her but nothing more. When Ms. Grant tried to make small talk about WWE's TV storylines, McMahon suggested she watch the next episode of Monday Night Raw and texted him before the broadcast. After she agreed, he forcibly kissed her and began pulling down a strap on her sweater. Ms. Grant then sat up, said she needed to leave and had a lot to process and left. The next day, Ms. Grant watched the show and promised to text McMahon to wish him well. She was shocked when he appeared on the show and texted back in the middle of the live broadcast. This was a very nice message, made me smile. Jesus. On May 9th, 2019, McMahon texted Ms. Grant that she will have a job at WWE by that Friday. Crap. Back to him. Next day, Human Resource employee number 2 called Ms. Grant to inform her that contacted by WWE corporate office number 4 will contact her at 4 p.m. to discuss a legal role. After her call with WWE, Jesus, Grant sent McMahon a thumbs up text message to indicate the call went well around 7 p.m. WWE corporate office number 4 unexpectedly called her a second time and formally offered the job, saying, "Welcome to WWE." On May 17th, McMahon invited Ms. Grant to his condo again and asked her to lay in bed with him before informing her that he had ordered WWE corporate office number 4 to offer her the job, even though a job description had not been firmed up before a high-level summary. While incredibly excited to finally receive a long-awaited deployment and financial security, Ms. Grant expressed to McMahon that there seemed to be conflict between his doing this and his warning to Ms. Grant that no one could know about their closeness. He appeared amused with this, replying, "It's my company, McMahon," then undressed down to his briefs while Ms. Grant remained clothed, and he began kissing Ms. Grant and inserting his hands into her pants without consent. On May 16th, 2019, McMahon informed Ms. Grant that he had obtained 2 tickets to the Belmont Stakes, scheduled for June 8th, 2019. On May 17th, 2019, Ms. Grant received an offer letter for WWE for an entry-level job as a legal administrative coordinator with a salary of $75,000. On May 18th, McMahon summoned by Ms. Grant to his condo as she bought a printed copy of the offer letter to review with him. McMahon informed Ms. Grant that a new boss, a WWE employee who worked in risk of government relations, referred to her as WWE employee number 1, was a decades-long family friend and confidant, similar in age to McMahon, and one of a small original group that McMahon called the Titan family, who helped the WWE expand from a regional promotion to global juggernauts. McMahon stated outside of his attorney, WWE employee number 1 was the most feared figure in the company because WWE employee number 1 usually fired employees. Beyond that, he offered little detail about employee number 1 role at WWE. Instead, he focused on WWE. Freaking Nora, all this jargon. Number 1's personal traumas, explaining that similar to Ms. Grant, employee number 1 has no family left after employee number 1's spouse passed away, and that the McMahons and WWE were WWE employee number 1's surrogate family. McMahon touted WWE. WWE employees number one's loyalty, saying that number one, would be also protect. He would also protect Miss Grant, and then led her to his bedroom while giving her the command of, "Please don't stop this." During the May 18th, 2019 encounter, Miss Grant felt coerced into engaging in sexual activity, and the McMahon had trapped her in an impossible situation as she feared adverse career and personal consequences and legal retaliation if she declined his advances. As McMahon stated that that is what I've been waiting for, and he performed oral sex on Miss Grant. Hang on, during the May 18th, 2019 encounter, Miss Grant felt coerced into engaging in sexual activity, and that McMahon had trapped her in an impossible situation as she feared adverse career and personal consequences and legal retaliation if she declined his advances. I mean, she's a bit stuck here. McMahon has stated that is what I've been waiting for as he performed oral sex on Miss Grant. Miss Grant asked that protection be used. McMahon responded that there's no need to worry because he was clean. Feeling that she had been used for his gratification, Miss Grant went numb and was unable to make eye contact. McMahon then flipped on his back and said, "Okay, jack him off." Disturbed by the non-consensual sexual encounter, she hoped that McMahon would cease his advances, but his advances continued, left her to fulfill his demands or lose her job. On June 16, 2019, the day before starting with WWE, Ms. Grant attempted to shut down any further physical contact and sexual encounters by admitting to McMahon her unhappiness and concern starting her first ever job in his legal department, no less, while in a physical relationship with the chairman and CEO. She requested that they end any physical relationship while remaining friends to avoid any risk to either of them. McMahon refused, saying that he was not ending, but it did not need to, and that he did not ever envision it ending. He reminded her that he trusted her, reiterated that rumors would lead to trouble, probed whether her silence would be an issue, and brushed off her concerns that she was struggling with the feeling that her job felt unearned. McMahon told Ms. Grant that all she needed to do was not tell anyone, and that it just has to look legit. McMahon then spun the conversation and told Ms. Grant to focus on the positives, embrace that her life was about to change, saying, "Isn't that what you've always wanted?" McMahon manipulatively emphasized that she's about to start an adventure and gain a new family with a WWE as a surrogate for her family that she had lost. What the fuck? I don't like this manipulation, man. Ultimately, Miss Grant's unsuccessful attempt to end further unwanted physical contact quickly taught her that her view of the matter was not relevant. Okay. So we're at okay. I'm gonna end it there because I'm super tired now. It's 1:20 in the morning here, so I ended it as 94. So I'll reconvene this either Sunday or Monday. Just gives people a chance to look at it as well. We're now 45 minutes into this. This is going to be a long series, so let's try and keep it. I want to try and keep it to about. I'll read this in the next couple of days, be done, and then try and keep it to an hour per video or something, if we can. And I need to hit you up, Mexi, see what we can do about this. If we get an intro for this one, be quite good. Just a short one for this one. But there's no rush for that anyway. They can prove McMahon. You're well ahead of me, John. So we're supposed to know. Yeah, you're well ahead of me. Right, so I'm just going to there. I promise I'll be coming back with it. This is number one on my radar now. Obviously got Matt Moore tomorrow, so I can't do it unless I do something after Matt Moore. It's Saturday tomorrow, so maybe I just do it tomorrow. Maybe I do another stream tomorrow, tomorrow afternoon / evening, to finish off this, because I can't do it all today. I'm too tired. So okay, might look at doing something tomorrow after Matt Moore. We'll see how I feel after Matt Moore's stream, and I'll pencil this in. Okay, right, everybody, love you. Thank you for being here. I will be covering this. This is the number one place to be to cover it. I'll be covering all sorts on this. I'll be doing deep dives into it. So, Carleen, my darling, thank you very much, Carleen. I'll probably do it after Matt Moore's tomorrow. So, if you don't catch it live, Carleen, always look at the videos, after the fact. They'll all be there. But I just want to give this justice. I'm pretty disgusted so far with some of this. So, stay safe, Lexi. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, see you all tomorrow, hopefully, for Matt Moore at 11 a.m. Eastern. And with that, we're out here. Free Zach Anderson. Bye-bye.